It feels good to do this again. Welcome folks, today is the Japanese release day for Clan Collection Volumes 5 as well as 6. I have 4 boxes of each set to open for you guys today, so you'll be seeing the other boxes here on my bed because I technically have other space to put them at, but not for now. So this is probably the kind of most hyped up Clan Collection so far, because of course the previous ones are also pretty hyped, you know, introducing Heelguard and whatnot, but this Clan Collection feels like it has the most, like, insane reprints. It finally kind of raises the power level of V Premium a little bit too, or not even a little bit, a fair bit, I guess. And on top of everything else, it's also just, you know, it seems like a pretty good set in terms of, like, everything else, right? So, Clan Collection 5 contains Royals, OTT, Genesis, Kagero, Murakumo, Narukami Dimension Police, Spikes, Pale Moon, Bermuda, Aquaforce, and Mega Colony. So there are a few things that I'm interested in building in this set from these, like I'm interested in Jewel Knights, I'm interested in Narukami, Dimension Police, and maybe Aquaforce with the reprints, to be honest. Like, they're honestly pretty cool. So we're gonna open up one box slowly, and then I'll kind of blaze through the other 3 just to kind of see what SPs we pull and if we can get a VSR. The bait VSR, or like these 2 are VSRs in this box, but of course this is bait. The reverse Dayusha is not a VSR, it's the Ashley reverse in this set, which of course is still pretty cool. And then of course later today I'll also upload the box opening for the Volume 6, so you can look forward to that too. And okay, I like the first Force marker we get. So of course you still get Force, Protect, and Axle markers per box, or 1 at random, but we get the Dayusha reverse one here, so you can see here. It's a 2-sided Force 1, Force 2, which is pretty cool. I'm pretty happy about that. So I bought my I bought my boxes at Shaka Shaka, which also gave me like some, like every person that buys stuff can also pick out some markers to get for free. So I picked out Ryogi because she's cute, and then, you know, I'm always needing Axel, so I'm just kind of like grabbing them here and there. The boxes this time feel bigger than usual. Like the English boxes at least are actually pretty small, but it feels like the packs are very packed this time around, like honestly a lot of stuff. Let's get into it and see how this is gonna go. So of course this is for V in premium format. They even point that out on the back. So let's see if we can pull a good SP in this box, or in all of these boxes, because I did realize how expensive all of these, or I guess like having all of these freaking boxes can get now that I moved here. So they go for like 5,500 yen per box, which is pretty pricey, I guess, when you need 8 of them. So we have Armor Break Dragon, a very nostalgic return for Narukami. You can CB3 and then bind your opponent's front row rear guards. And then for every empty front row rear guard circle, this unit gets plus 10k and 2 crit. And then when he attacks, if you have 4 more damage, he gets plus 10k, and then your opponent cannot Sentinel from hand, which is pretty impressive. Yes, Mist Ghost is one of the DP supports. I honestly don't really get it, like, why do they need to give us 1 card of Metalwork support here? It's a cool art, but like, it's a Searcher, and then on top of that, it's like a power-up to the Vanguard. Like, I don't know, I don't really get it. Okay, we got Rate, so we won't get the VSR for her. This is of course the key unit for Bermudas in this set, so once per turn you can bind a rear guard and draw 1, and then once per turn, when at the end of battle she attacks, you can count 1, discard 1 to stand her and make her lose a drive, and then you can choose a card in your bind zone that is the same name as the card you discarded for this cost and call it to rear, and your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater. You also get a Force and put in the Vanguard circle. So she is actually pretty good, that's for sure. So we have 3 new cards as usual, and then 4 reprints. So the reprints this time we have Shiroyuki again, the Dai Jacker, which in triple rare looks really cool, so I'm pretty happy about this reprint. Then we have Dennis, which is another very nice reprint, and Heelguard as well. And of course, these are also in foil print. So people were afraid these might not be in foil this time around because they're reprinted, but luckily they are, which is very nice. So very cool stuff. I guess I'll sort through the pulls later on. For now, we just kind of go through it. Go through the new cards especially. Oh, this is one of the Ryogi support, so the Taizan. So when this thing is placed on rear circle by a card's ability, it gets plus lucky for the turn. And when your unit's attack doesn't hit, if your Vanguard is Ryogi, then you can put him to Soul and then look at top 7 and add a grade 3 from among them to your hand. Which is pretty good, honestly. Oh, and we have the SP for this box. Oh my god, okay, we have Enigman Storm, who is a pretty weird card, like gets 5k for every Enigman in your Soul, which like he's the only Enigman in this entire format right now. And then once per turn, at the start of your attack step, which is pretty rough, if his power is 20k or greater, he gets a crit, and if it's 35k or greater, he gets a drive, and if it's 50k or greater, he gets a skill once per turn. End of the belly attack, you can discard 2, stand this unit, and then for that turn, you decrease his drives to 0. So, I've seen people use him with Brad Black, but I don't know, it's a bit copium. And we get one of the least, like, expensive SPs in the whole set, which is Juggernaut Maximum, It's a good card, but spikes are very unpopular in Japan, and of course this card is worth like maybe like $1. Like literally most of the other cards you see in this whole box are worth more than this. Like literally the heal guard at the back of this is worth more than this. But Juggernaut Mach Maximum is a good card. At the beginning of each player's main phase, if opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, for that turn this unit gets the skill. All units placed during this turn get plus 5k power, plus 5k shield, so it also works with your Guardians, which is quite nice. And then once per turn, at the end of the day, you attacked. On Vanguard Circle, if you place 4 or more rearguards this turn, you can Soul Blast 3, choose one column, and then stand all units in that column. And if you stood this unit for that turn, you lose the drive, and at the end of the turn, put all of your rearguards to the bottom of the deck. So it's actually a pretty good skill, honestly. It is a pretty good effect. With the SP here, and we have some more reprints as usual. Ooh, this Tsuhaira, I forgot that was reprinted. The Artilleryman, also in triple rare, and then finally, I showed this earlier already, but this Heal Guard got really expensive at one point. So Heal Guards I recommend, if you're also buying this set in Japanese, hold on to them for a bit, because I think they will get pricey again. Like, a second printing doesn't necessarily mean they're gonna be, like, you know, cheap all the time. Ooh, nice, we have the Ashley Wave. So Miranda, an amazing card. If she's not boosted and she attacks, if you have a Jewel Knight Vanguard, you can count +1 and then make her power be the same as your Vanguards. And then Vanguard Rearguard Circle, when your other unit is placed on this unit's circle, you can Soul Charge 1, and if you don't have anything face up in damage zone, use Counter Charge 1. So, very good. Miranda's amazing. Really like her. We have, Sotirio. So this is the grade 1 of the Ripple Right Chain. Uh-oh. So place on Vanguard Circle, you look at top 7 for a Genovius or a Pavroth. Reveal it added to your hand, and then Rearguard Circle, when this unit stands by your card's ability, gets plus 5k. Damn though. We have the Genesis Regalia boss unit, Rig. So she gives 5k to all of your rearguards with Divine Gauges on them, and they cannot be selected by your opponent's card effects. And then once per turn, count +1, look at top 5, call 1 from top deck to rear. And then if you called a Regalia, then you can choose 2 rearguards and give them a gauge each from Soul. And at the start of your turn, if your opponent has 4 less damage, then you can remove 5 of your gauges to deal your opponent the damage. So it's basically the opposite of the other boss unit, I guess. Then we have the Trifle, which is very nice. Daisaurus reprinted in a very nice triple rare. So if you only have double rares, I will probably put this into my DP Premium as well. Ooh, Tricky Assistant also reprinted in triple rare. I forgot about this. That's very nice. And then the Pale Moon Heal Guard, so also good. I mean, definitely necessary because, at least in Japan, I guess Nightmare Dolls weren't hit because nobody really, I mean, not many people play them, so that's the main reason. Kokoa, when you ride over her, call her, and then rest her till you get top of deck, put it on top or bottom, and then if you put on bottom, then you give a unit plus 3k for the turn, which is nice. Oh, we have the Uraru. So this is one of the duos. When you ride her, you search your deck for a normal unit and put it to the bind zone, and then when she is placed from hand, you can choose a normal unit in your drop zone and put it to the bottom of the deck, and then if you have a card in the bind zone the same name as the card that you put, you can solve also to draw one, which is pretty good. And we have a Rosacea, so no SP for him at least this box. He is a pretty good card, especially in V. In hand, when your Dimensional Robo grade 3 or greater Vanguard attacks at the end of that battle, if all of the units that attack this turn were Dimensional Robos, then you can count +1 and ride him as stand, and for that turn you lose the drive, and then you can no longer ride by effects for the rest of that turn. So you can basically in V like go Great Ayusha into this, which is pretty cool, but of course you have to have all Dimensional Robos, so you can't like attack with a Gale Sledge or something, so I'm still thinking about a deck build for this. His other skills, once per turn you can lock 2 of your Dimensional Robo rearguards, and then give your opponent's Vanguard minus 10k, which is pretty strong. And then reprints are pretty good. We have Norn, we have this thing. Oh my god, NFT? NFT Assault Real? Oh my god, the fact that this is a foil and also like 100 yen now after like, you know, all the shit that we had to go through in English to get this card, like, oh my god. NFT Assault actually reprinted. Thavas is actually playable because of all the reprints in this set, which is crazy, so congratulations. And, ooh, nice, the Heal Guardian is also the Royal Paladin one. Alright, enough NFT Assault memes, let's keep going. Of course, there's plenty of cool cards in this set. There's another Genesis support. Sorry, I zoomed out for a bit to take a thumbnail picture. When you ride her, count +1 and look at top 5 and call 1 to rear, and then shuffle your deck. And if you called a Regalia, then you choose one of your rear guards and give it a gauge from your soul. And when she's placed on rear, you can choose a Regalia from your drop, and then 2 Regalias from your drop, sorry, and put them to soul, which is quite nice. We have the Mega Colony Battler M. So what, you can like spell out BDSM now or something with the current Mega Colony Battlers. So when you guard with it, if your opponent has 2 or more resting units, then oh sorry, for every 2 of your opponent's resting units, this unit gets +1k shield. And when retired from Guardian Circle, If your opponent doesn't have any standing rear guards, then you can call it to empty rear guard circle and soul charge 1, which is pretty good. And we have Dragonic Overlord the Rebirth, so no VSR of him either. But this card is like naturally pretty expensive, because of course it is the Rebirth and the art is insane. It's probably the best Rebirth art so far. So start of your battle phase, you lock basically all of your rear guards. Best be 1 or more, and then at the end of the battle that this unit attacked, or the next battle this unit attacked, you can almost 1 discard 1 and stand him, so pretty good. And then Vanguard Circle, when this unit attacks the Vanguard, you can Soul Blast 1, and for every 2 locked cards you have, you retire your opponent's rear guard. And then once per turn, that effect isn't once per turn, so it will happen every time you attack. And then once per turn, at the end of the battle you attacked, if you have 5 or more locked cards and you have 4 or more damage, you can discard 2, stand this unit, and get a force. So it is pretty straightforward. It just bash, Unga Bunga Bash, which is of course very strong regardless. This is an amazing reprint. This card was going for like 800 yen or something, like over here. I know in English it was pretty bad too. Lona, the Meruniru, and then the Heal Guard for Mega Colony. So I'm kind of blazing through the reprints because of course they are reprints, but they're really good reprints, that's the thing. Oh my god, Goku? No way? Goku real? I never realized his name in Japanese is like Goku, so it's like an extra, like the U is prolonged. But yeah, it's a pretty funny card. Once we're doing Kamos 1, and discard a grade 3 from hand and gain a drive, and at the end of the battle he attack in Kamos 1, and then depending on the total grade of the normal units you check during his drive check, you do the following. Or it's like, yeah, depending on the grades that you check during that battle. So if it's a grade 3, you retire 2 of your opponent's rear guards. If you check the grade 2, you stand one of your rear guards, and if you check the grade 1, you choose one of your rear guards and give it plus 10k. So it's like, alright, I mean, cool I guess. Reckless Express is a really nice card when you ride it. You can also pay its cost by Soul Blasting 1, but when placed on a banner rear, you Kamos 1, and then look at top 7 and call a normal unit to rear as rest and shuffle your deck. And start our main phase, he goes to Soul and calls another copy of himself out from Soul, so pretty good. Sarah is not very good. I'm literally just skipping over this, not really interested. Fromage, good reprint. Reigning Madam, good reprint. Freaking Intrude Scissors, amazing reprint. And a Heal Guard. Like, just look at this. Like, these reprints are off the charts. They are actually insane. So, that's the one thing that's like, I realized I was like, I need to buy boxes of this set because the reprints are way too good. We have the Fukun. So when placed on rear by your effect, combo gets plus 5k. And then if the attack didn't hit, this unit's attack didn't hit, then if your Vanguard is a Ryogi, you can put it to Soul, and then choose all of your rear guards with the same name as your Vanguard and give them plus 5k, which is pretty nice to be honest. Then we have the Chimera, Ashley Reverse, sadly no VSR here either, but I am thankful nonetheless. So she has a couple pretty good effects. First one being Soul Blast 2 and lock one of your rear guards, not once per turn. Choose an opponent's former rear guard and retire it, and then look at top 4 and call a Jewel Knight from among them to rear, and then put the rest of the bottom deck in the order. And then when she attacks, if you have 2 or more locked cards, you can get almost 1, and then search your deck for a Jewel Knight grade 2 or lower. Sorry, 2 Jewel Knights grade 2 or lower and call them, and shuffle your deck, and for every 1 of your locked cards, she gets plus 10k. And if you have 3 or more locked cards, then for that battle, your opponent cannot guard with Sentinels from hand. So she is pretty good, just a very strong boss card. I think a lot of people are just taking out Salome at this point and just playing Ashley Reverse-based decks. Speaking of which, we have a really good reprint as well, Lyle. Another very expensive card that people are very thankful that got reprinted. Nectaria also got reprinted, so Prisms, Kagero, Heal Guard as well. I mean, every Heal Guard got reprinted, so it's not exactly like a mystery that, you know, each of them are popping up here. Alwyn is another Jewel Knight that got new support here. So you can rest her and then recycle a normal unit from your drop to the bottom of the deck to Soul Charge 1, and then if you can give a Jewel Knight Vanguard plus 5k. And when another unit is placed over her circle, you can look at the top 2 cards of your deck and add a Jewel Knight from among them to your hand after revealing it and put the rest of the bottom of your deck in any order. So it's literally a better version of the old grade 1, which is nice. Then we have Pevroth. When he attacks Soul Blast 1, look at top 7, try to find a Genovius there and add it to your hand. And if he's on rearguard circle at the end of that battle, he goes to Soul. And then once per turn, if he stands by your card's ability, he gets plus 5k. So apparently these are pretty good. Apparently ripples are pretty damn good this time around. We have Fromage Reverse, looks amazing as well. It's funny, people are saying like, oh, you can build Glendios with like waifus or edgy boss units. So like you choose if you want to play Edge Dios or Simp Dios. But she's not amazing. During your turn, for every locked card you have, your Battle Sisters all gain plus 5k. And then once per turn, Kalmos 1, discard 1. Look at the top cards of your deck for as many as Battle Sister units you have in your field. And then you put them on top or bottom in any order. And then you can lock 1 or more of your different named Battle Sister rear guards, and then for every locked card you draw 1. So you can definitely draw up a bunch of cards, which is nice, but I don't think she's honestly that amazing. Here are the reprints, and then finally the Heal Guard at the back. So again, very cool. But now it's like, because Heal Guards are reprinted, Drop PGs are getting a bit harder to find, and a bunch of other stuff too. Ordained Owl, we have the S Mega Colony Battler, Genovius, look at this man. I didn't talk about S actually. On rear, when plays Soul Blast 1, your opponent calls a card from hand as rest and draws 1, and that unit cannot stand during the next stand phase. and the auto ability is on activate of that unit. And then drop once per turn. If your opponent doesn't have any standing units, you can discard 1 and call this card to an empty Rearguard Circle and Soul Charge 1, which is very, very good. And then Genovius is a once per turn Soul Blast 1, look at top 5, and choose 1 and call it to rear and shuffle your deck. So pretty easy condition. And again, this guy can search another copy of him and ride him and get another Axel and, you know, do all kinds of stuff. So, you know, that the effect is once per turn, but if you use what he saves to re-ride him, you can do that skill again. And then when he attacks, if you don't have any standing units in your front row, you can counterblast 1 and stand one of your rear guards, but if you have 4 more damage, you stand all of your rear guards. And if you have Patroth in your soul, all of the stood units get plus 5k, so he does a lot. Like, for no reason, he does a lot. This is a really good reprint. The Senate was getting pretty expensive. This thing also got reprinted, I completely forgot, so that's pretty cool. I think I need to close my window. The sun is actually, it was cloudy all day, but now the sun came out and it's like super sunny. Alright, let's keep on going. So I finally have turned on the lights and turned off the sun, I guess. We have Mokka. Yeah, I think the color of the cards looks better here too now. So Mokka's another battle system support, pretty good. Roan, I honestly love this art. Like, I'm not a big Roan fan, but honestly this art might turn me into one. So when she attacks, for every card in your bind zone, she gets plus 5k. And Vanguard Rearguard Circle once per turn. If you have a dual Vanguard, counterblast 1, and then choose a card in your bind zone and search your deck for a card with the same name, reveal it to your hand and shuffle your deck. So honestly, she's also, in my opinion, really good because she's a very generic searcher and can become pretty strong in, you know, in duos slash prisms. Vowing, Saber, Dragon, Reverse. This card feels like it's gonna be a bit of a problem, personally speaking. So it has a lot of effects. Counterblast 1, lock one of your rearguards, and then your opponent chooses a card from their hand, rearguard, and drop, and puts one of them to bind, or one of each of them to bind. And then when your opponent's normal unit is bound other than from deck, your opponent can search their deck for the card with the same name and bind it, and then shuffle their deck. And then you choose one of your units and give it plus 5k, but if they didn't, you give plus 10 instead, so it's just like the original Vowing. And then when this unit attacks, if you have a Vowing named card in your soul, or on Rearguard Circle, it's literally like Magnolia Elder, you can counterblast 1 and Soul Blast 1 and stand one of your rearguards. But if you're on 4 more damage, you stand all of your rearguards. It's literally a new Adayo on top of that. So it's a mini Stunverse, it's a Vowing, and it's a mini new Adayo. Like, that's very cool, I guess. This is also a very cool reprint. I didn't know this was reprinted, or I forgot at least. Like, Die Dumper. I played it 4 times in my premium deck, so I'm pretty happy. And Marissa. Marissa getting reprinted is huge. This card was getting pretty expensive in English from what I know. So of course, when she's rested by another one of your card abilities, you can Soul Blast 1 to stand her and she gets plus 10k. And at the end of the turn, if you're you have 4 more resting rearguards, you can put it to soul and draw 1. So she's basically like a Coral Assault, but on rear. And then finally Heal Guard. And then we have 2 more packs. I don't know what we haven't pulled. I guess Ryogi? We haven't seen Ryogi yet. And Aleph. Hello, Aleph. That's such a weird card to come back, I guess. Oh yeah, Skydiver as well. And the Girafa Reverse. This card is actually pretty damn good. So when this unit attacks the Vanguard, counterblast 1, and then your opponent chooses 1 or more cards from hand and calls them to rear as rest, and they do not activate their auto effects. And if the amount of cards that your opponent called is less than the amount of Girafa Grade 3s in your soul, then you can lock one of your rearguards and stand this unit, which is like, huh? Okay. So you literally have to call cards that are basically like equal to or more than the Girafas to avoid that effect. And then during your turn, every time your opponent's rearguard is placed, you can lock one of your rearguards and then give all your front row plus 15k. Like, that effect is not once per turn, by the way, which is very interesting. A very good reprint here, Ashley. That's something people are very happy about. The Spark Rays, good reprint. I'm happy about that. Eva, as well as the Narukami Heal Guard. So this one is pretty sought after because, of course, you know, Narukami is really good in Premium, but also in V now as well, so it's gonna continue to be sought after. Hey, Steve! Sweep Command Dragon. When placed on a Vanna rear, Soul Blast 1, and then you bind one of your opponent's front row rearguards, and then choose an opponent's back row rearguard and put it to an empty front row rearguard circle. And then once per turn, during your turn that your opponent's, and when your opponent's rearguard is bound, your opponent chooses another front row rearguard and binds it. And if you have 4 more damage, you can counterblast 1, Soul Blast 1, and then get an Axel, and choose an Eradicator from your drop and call it to rearguard circle. So, pretty good. I mean, you can still make it work with the old starter in Premium 2, which is kind of funny, but sadly that second effect is only during your turn, which is a bit unfortunate. And we have Ryogi for the last pack, so pretty cool card, honestly, from Rakumo. Counterblast 1 once per turn, look at top 5, and then call any number of the freaking, Stealth Fiend, I think it is. Oh, sorry, you choose 1 Stealth Fiend from top 5 and call it, and then shuffle your deck. And if your opponent's Vanguard is grade 3 or greater, you call 2 instead of 1. And when your Rear is placed by your card's this card's ability, then that unit gets the same name as her. And then when her attack does not hit, you can Soul Blast 2 and then choose a Stealth Fiend from your drop and put it, or choose Stealth Fiends from your drop up to the same number as your Axle Circles and call them to your Axle Circles. So it's honestly pretty good. And then Yggdrasil reprint, the Jakotsu Girl reprint, High Class Moth reprint, and DP Heal Guard to round it off. So yeah, this box in terms of the SP was not very amazing. But now we have 3 more boxes of Clan Call 5, so let me run through them and see what we get. Ooh, the marker is very nice. It's actually Fromage Reverse. So, not double-sided in terms of like regular Fromage and like Fromage Reverse on the other side. Still cool though, Pretty happy about this. Oof, in my first pack I had Ashley Reverse, which means, sadly, no Ashley Reverse SP or VSR in this box either. And no Vowing either. Bit unfortunate. Would have really liked an SP Vowing. In general, like, SP Reverses are very, very nice. And no reverse Dayush SP either, so a bit unfortunate. Ooh, that's a good SP. Genovius is the box SP here, and that is actually a pretty good hit. Honestly speaking, I'm pretty happy about this. This might be pretty damn cracked in premium right now, so very good SP. Actually quite happy. I'm gonna check his value later. Might not be super high because he's not, you know, a female unit. Gotta be frank here, or a reverse unit, but even then, he looks very sick, so honestly, I can't complain. Alright, box number 3. That was the only good sort of extra pull from box number 2 was the Genovius. So as you can see, once, you know, you open a box, you know everything that's already inside, so there's, like, you might as well just rush through. Hey, another Ashley marker. Very cool. Ashley Reverse. Sadly, no SPs. And no Rate VSR either. That would have been... If you pull a VSR, like, that's just money back, like, right on the dot, so... Would be nice. We've been pretty lucky with English VSRs, so I was hoping to maybe get some of that, you know, early Japan luck, you know, with it being like technically the last Clan collection in oh no, are you kidding me? You gotta be joking. How am I pulling the worst SP twice? Is that even possible? Like, the owner pulled the boxes out of the same case, too, so... Thing is, Japanese cases, like, the SPs aren't random. Like, the SPs are completely random. There is a chance you will get literally 2 of the same thing. So that is painful. That is very painful. Rebirth. You were supposed to be the savior. The VSR savior. What is there left? A Rate I've pulled, actually Reverse I've pulled. Damn, I think there's no more. At least not in this box. No! Reverse Dayush, I wanted an SP of you. Where were you when I needed you, bro? Come on, man. Alright, you'll get to finish off. It's literally the same kind of box as last time. Ooh, Vowing. Okay, Vowing Axel marker, I'm pretty happy about. Again, thank you for good markers. I keep not pulling out the bottom pack of the box. Alright, please. Surely this box can try to make it up for these freaking... Like, this is fine. This is not fine. This is not fine. Ooh, okay. We finished with a pretty good SP at least. So we have Rate SP. That is quite nice, and you can see the foil pattern is like star-shaped, kind of. You can see like on the water side of things. It's kind of like stars and whatnot. That is very nice. That's actually very nice. Let me put it in the sleeve. So that's a good SP to pull. Actually, quite pleased about that. I was saving my playset of Bermuda stuff for a friend. I'm gonna have to ask if he actually wants the SP Rate, because of course that is a pretty pricey SP, I think, from all the SPs in this set. Might be one of the best hits, so can't complain. Would have really liked Ashley SP as well, but it's okay. It's okay. There's still hope for a potential Overlord, or yeah, for a potential Overlord VSR. Alright, just Overlord. We pulled the Ashley, so there's no hope for that. The cases for this set are actually pretty small. Like, surprisingly, they're actually quite tiny. Oh, never mind. So I think they're only like 16 boxes. So I'm opening 8 here, right? So it's basically like 2 playsets of everything is a case, which is quite small. And I don't know how many VSRs you get in a case, so like I might have just gotten the unlucky side of the Volume 5. And hopefully we can run it back in Volume 6. Yo, final pack NFT, crazy, oh my god. I can't wait to get minted to the Clan Collection chain. Anyway, folks, that is it. That was Clan Collection Volume 5. So, overall, the SP pulls were very good, very bad, and, like, mid, I guess? So I can't exactly complain. It's not terrible. The rate definitely helped to save it. But let's try to get better hits in Clan Collection Volume 6, so I hope to see you there. Also, if you want to pick up your own English Clan Collection boxes or singles for pre-order, you can head on over to parkage.com and use my new discount code PKDifferent. So, you know, it has changed, so make sure you use it to get yourself a discount off of this product. And otherwise, that's basically it. So if you liked the video, give it a like, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe. And otherwise, I'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.